Hey everybody, yes, it's your favorite Wild Preacher's Kid. It is Lady Alicia. What's up everybody? I hope for the ones who had to honor their father yesterday or was able to bless and just talk about their father, or if you yourself are a father, whether you're a stepdad, a great uncle, a grandparent that is just loving on these babies and these kids in a way where you're the father figure, we just want to honor you today and say happy belated Father's Day. Yes, it's Monday, and I want to keep this one short and simple and brief. I have been wanting to just check in with everybody. I know we've been talking about purpose, and last week's episode with Dr. Victoria Brown was fantastic. Like, just getting some real information about just being that God has everything in control, and even when things are not what you want them to be in that moment, God is still preparing you. He's still putting you in the position to line up for what He would have you to do. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. I feel like I'm in that season as well. I still want to stay on the topic of purpose, but I want to check in. Some of us have been in a space where you are walking in purpose, you're doing what God has called you to do, and I want to talk about the fatigue of it. Sometimes there's moments where, all right, God, I prayed for my purpose, I prayed for what you would want me to do, I feel like I'm called to do this thing. And we even talked about like how your callings change from season to season. But I want to encourage somebody today, for the ones who are in line of purpose and they are getting tired, and it's like, God, I know you've asked me to do this thing, but it's weighing on me heavy. It's taking a long time. Or even the fact that you're not seeing all the fruits of your labor yet. Like, people underestimate the motivation behind it, and how it's necessary for random gems or random people to just acknowledge the work that you're doing, or for God to go, hey daughter, or hey son, I have this for you. And some people are like, well, you just keep going until it happens. You keep doing it. And it's like, I will. Right? I will keep going until it happens. But in the journey of trying to do this thing, you get tired, you get exhausted. As we like to say, life be life, and there's moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have it in me to do it today. I don't know if I can keep going. I don't know if. And you might even go through the process and doubt it and be like, God, like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, why does it feel like it's this hard? Now, of course, there's moments where you may need to readjust. You may have taken a wrong turn or something like that, but that's not what we're speaking to right now. We're speaking to, you are on the path, you are doing that thing, and He is leading you, and you are submitting your yes daily, but you're still a real person, right? You're still someone who may need the validation, and you are concerned. You're like, God, like, things are moving, but they're moving slowly. Excuse me, things are moving, but they're moving slowly. And if you're like me, and if you've been following my show, I'm preparing for my conference, DeliverHer Conference, September 19th through the 20th this year. It'll be located here in Perry, Georgia. We're working on, of course, I want to put this out there, we're working on promoting it and allowing people to donate to it so that we can record this. And I think it's going to be a part of my very first live recorded episodes for Wild Preacher's Kids. And I want everyone who listens in from week to week, I want you guys to enjoy it as well, because I have so many people that listen, not just in the United States, but in other countries as well. I see you in Africa, I see you in Europe, I see you in Asia, I see you in I want to shout out especially to my European brothers and sisters that are listening. I see you. I see what country you're listening from, and I just appreciate you. Y'all really, it's refreshing to see that no matter where you are, and when there's encouragement go around, anybody can need it. So I want to say thank you for your continued support. But if you want to support me in this conference, there's an opportunity for you to do that as well. The link is listed below, and you can donate. And I'm asking for anything, whether it's $1, just anything, just to donate to it. I would love to be able to stream it, and I want to be able to finance the people who would be able to stream that event for you guys. So then I can post it and upload it and everything. So fingers crossed, if you guys donate, I most definitely will post it so that you guys can enjoy it as well. So thank you in advance if you're listening. But let's get back on task. So with this conference, I was telling somebody, I have a couple of accountability partners. They're like, okay, where are you at with this? Where are you at with this, Alicia? And what are you doing with this? And I'm like, okay, this is the purpose of this conference is to deliver her, and it's to awaken the voices that are in this world. Like, there's so many women that have been silenced, and I'm a firm believer that your story needs to be told. I believe that no matter what walk of life that you have experienced, or even what you're currently experiencing, it can encourage someone else. You have no idea what someone else is going through, or how your life and what you've gone through can almost be like recharging that person when they listen, because they're like, oh my goodness, she went through that. I know I can do this. And I am full of joy when I share my story and my testimony. It's healing. A lot of us are bearing the weight of keeping secrets and trying to protect people that don't need to be protected, or even being put in a situation where we are just quiet because that's what we were taught to do. Like, we don't matter. And that is the sole purpose of this conference, is to empower women to share their stories and to empower others, like even men. It's like to encourage you, like, your story needs to be told. Everyone's story needs to be told. And it's whether it's a warning, whether it's encouragement, whether it's just another form of knowledge that you may not have known. I know a lot of the things that I've experienced, I'll say it that way. The things that I've experienced, there is, before, when I was saved, my mind was so closed-minded. Because I hadn't lived life, and I hadn't seen other people go through certain pain and trauma and hear their stories, and allowed me to see God in a different way as well, because I was like, God, man, you're really showing grace and mercy to these people and into this person right now. God, like, help me show that to my brothers and sisters in a way that I've never experienced before. So that's what this conference is about. And in this journey of putting it together, there's moments where I hit a plateau. If I could just be transparent, I hit a plateau, and I get so exhausted. Like, I feel like, I don't feel like doing it today. I don't feel like looking for the sponsors. I don't feel like contacting all the vendors. Like, I have to still do a couple of pieces of paperwork for my guest speakers that are coming, and I'm slowly, like, kind of running out of steam, Like, right now I'm still a team of one, but I see the team that, like, the people that I've selected to partner with me to help me execute certain tasks, they have been phenomenal. If I'm honest with you, they have been phenomenal. They have been people who are just like, hey, Alicia, I got this. Like, and they were like, we're going to sit down and we're going to get this squared away. So I'm blessed to be in that space, but I'm also tired because I'm still, if you don't know, if you are a parent and your kids are home right now, you're able, if you're stay at home like me, normally some of your free time that you normally have, you don't have it anymore. And then even if you work during the daytime, your kids are wound up. Like, they are ready for you to come home, talk your ear off. And it's like, I'm in that phase of life right now. So I'm exhausted. I am tired. And I'm like, God, give me the strength to push through in this day. Give me the ability and wisdom in how to maneuver. I have to pray that every morning because I have so much going on in my brain, not just for the conference, but for my family. And then, of course, there's some other events that are going on as well, and other projects that I'm working on, because I do a lot of graphic design work for other churches and things like that. And so I'm tired. I'm just going to be honest. I'm tired. And every now and then, especially with the podcast, every now and then I just don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it. And it's not because I don't enjoy it, because I do. I almost want to just lay around and do nothing. That's really what I want to do. And let me be 100% transparent. This episode was supposed to be recorded last week, and I was so drained. It's been raining a lot where I'm at, and so the kids have been inside. Normally we go outside, they play, we go somewhere, and we didn't get to do that at all last week. So they were all over me, and I'm still trying to recover. So I didn't get the time or the freedom to do it last week. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? But I'm doing this on Monday morning, my time. I think it's 3:00. Yeah, I think it's 3 a.m. But I want people to know that, like, it's okay. I needed rest last week, so I took it. I'm still committed to what I'm supposed to do. I normally record a couple of episodes out, and then I schedule them so that I can free up my time a little bit better. But it didn't work out this way last week. It just didn't work out like that. And so I've already scheduled for someone to watch my kids for me today, and I have 4 episodes lined up. So I'm still on task. I'm still there, but I felt so drained last week in trying to do the podcast. I was like, I'm not going to do it yet. And then putting the things together for the women's conference, like I was not in the mood. So I think maybe I worked on the women's conference stuff like one day last week. Normally I do up to about 3 hours a day, just so that I am not feeling like I'm behind. And then on top of that, I'm not devoting all day to a project that, 3 hours a day is not that bad, just to make sure, like making phone calls and things like that. Just giving you some behind the scenes for the ones who like that kind of stuff. But at church today, I'm going to shout her out because I know she doesn't even need to ask for it. But, of course, Noelle Andrews Walker, who was on the podcast, her mother, I asked for her mother. She has her own baking business, and she made my birthday cake, and it was delicious. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I need you to bake some sweet treats for the event. Like we're doing food trucks, and the food truck that I have coming, they don't do desserts. So I wanted that to be like my special like treat for the ladies that are going to be coming to enjoy lunch at that time frame and stuff like that or whatever, right? And this is what happened. So I run into Noelle. I'm like, Noelle, I said, oh, I got to get back to you and your mom about the desserts. And she was like, well, what are you doing? I was like, well, I just wanted something like maybe like a slice of cake for her and some cookies. And I think we talked about a couple other things and stuff like that. And she just was like, hey, I just want you to know, don't worry about it. We got it. And I'm like, okay. I said, well, y'all pick whatever y'all want. And she was like, no, like the cost for it, don't even worry about it. We got it. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I started crying because it's like, I'm about to cry right now. I want to publicly say thank you, Noelle. Thank you, Mama Andrews. Like, I want to say thank you, ladies, because it's moments like this where I feel like you could be putting things together and you're doing what God has called you to do. And it's not that things aren't coming together, but it's like, whew, I'm doing this by myself. And what I heard her say is that she got it. And it took something off of me, because it's like, oh, I was asking for an invoice. That's what I was doing. I was asking for an invoice. I was like, tell me how much I need to pay for this, and so that I can put this together, and all that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And she just was like, I got it. Don't even worry about it. And it's like, that lets me know that that's something I don't have to worry about when it comes to this conference. And I'm so blessed. And here's the best thing. It blesses me, but it wasn't even for me. It's for everyone who's going to be there. This was like my little surprise to these ladies that have invested their time to spend it with me. I'm curating something especially for the women that are coming, and this was something where they just wanted to, they're blessing me, but they're really blessing at least 100 women that are going to be in this room, and I'm so thankful for it. Like, I'm really, really so thankful for it. Like, it's such a blessing. And it's moments like that where it's like, you may feel a little rocky, and you're like, God, I need confirmation that I'm still on the right track. For me, for somebody else, it may be something completely different, but that right there, it reminded me, oh, guys, you're still with me in this. Because she didn't have to do that. They don't have to do that, like, at all. And I'm so blessed. Like, she doesn't even know. Like, I told her, I said, you pick out whichever your favorite desserts are. You don't even have to ask me what I want. You do whatever you want. I'm so, if you get the pleasure of ever meeting me and you're around me, I am so, like, no fuss, no guts. Like, I'm all about standards. I'm all about executing things to our best ability. But when things don't work out, guess what I do? I pivot, and I'll be like, okay, well, or I'm not that picky. Some people be like, I need it to be like exactly like this. And it's more like, I understand that people are not perfect, and they may not do things exactly the way that I want it. Now, don't lie. There's a difference. Don't lie. Don't say you do something and you can't do it, and then I look at it and then you expect me to just take it. That's wrong. But, like, it may not be as perfect as somebody else would want it, but I promise you, I'm so easy peasy. I'm so easy peasy. That's what I like to say, easy peasy. Like, you're not going to ruffle my feathers. You're not going to bother me. It's more like, hey, is it done? Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's move on to the next thing. Now I don't have to think about it. Now I have to you just took something off my plate. And I just confirmed. I was like, man, God, I needed that. I needed that little reminder that you're putting this together. Not me, but you're putting this together. You are allowing me to see you in a different way. Like I've told you guys before, I have put events together before. I have put tons of events, whether it was a pageant, fashion show, conferences, meetings, and I don't mean like just little meetings. I mean like 250 people have to register, sign up. They're coming for a training session, virtual, in person, like doing a whole retreat and things like that. I've planned those things, and sometimes you feel like it's an army against one person. It is a lot. And this time it feels easier. Even though it takes up a lot of my time, I'm not fighting with nobody. There's nobody saying, well, I don't think you should do that. Like, come on now. You've been in situations, whether it's at work, you're like, hey, I think we should do this. And they're like, I don't know if we should do that. I think blah, 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 blah. And they go back and forth with you. And you're like, why does this feel like an argument? Why are you saying it in a way where it's like it's you against me, when I'm just throwing out an idea? Let me tell you something. And I mean this with all the love in my heart, okay? Let me tell you something. You have to build a team that is for you. I know it sounds crazy, or at least I'll say it this way. We assume that because people are for the Lord and they are with God, and you are surrounded by people that say that they love Jesus, you be like, okay, we gonna do this, we gonna knock this out together. People are still people. You need to remember that. Whether they love Jesus or not, people are still people. You have to find people who will touch and agree with you. Sometimes we make it too spiritual. I don't want to say this. Now, this might be controversial for some folks, but we make it too spiritual. You need someone to touch and agree with you. It's good if they're a faith believer. It's good if they are on the same page with you on a spiritual level, but all things shouldn't be spiritual. What you're doing may be spiritual, so you need all hands on deck, but like, their walk may be completely different than yours. So like, you may need someone who is great with numbers. Let's say they are not they're not a believer. Guess what I'm gonna do? People associate you with having faith means you have really good morals. That's not true, and you know it. But if the morals check out and this person's integrity checks out, for me, let's add them to the team. I'm going to add that person to the team, and guess what? I'm a witness to them from the moment they join me to the moment they leave me. I'm going to be the best representation of Christ that they've ever seen in that moment. Period. I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up and be like, God, if this is my opportunity to witness to this person who's not a believer right now, God, let me be that example. And I think we miss that sometimes. We go through life thinking that it's about us, and I'm putting this thing together, and I need everybody praying. I need everybody fasting. I need everybody. And there's moments where you need that. Absolutely. And then there's moments where there's certain spaces where you invite someone in like that. And then you say, hey, it's like, we're doing this for God. And because we're doing this for God, and we're doing this for women who may need it and things like that, I just want to make sure that they have the best experience. Let me tell you something. God will show up in what you're doing, because you've invited the least of these in a room where they may have never been. If Jesus is the person who left the 99 for the one, I'm going to let the one in. I don't think we even talk about that in our faith walk. Like, when they say Jesus left the 99 for the one, and, it's like, that's his sheep. The sheep still consider that sheep a part of the family. They just were lost. They were lost. So I'm treating all of this in my fatigue and in my journey of trying to get this done. Like, I'm tired, you guys, but I promise you, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for the one, and I see the bigger picture, and I see us as a group doing this together. That's why it matters who's on your team. That's why it matters who is aligned with you as well, because they want to bear the weight. The reason why Aaron was so important is not just because he was his big brother and his brother-in-law, it's not just because they were related. It's like he helped Moses bear the weight of a lot of different things, a lot of different moments. You thought it was easy going in to talk to Pharaoh, saying, let my people go? You're saying that look, I always talk about this. When Moses goes and tells him, like, let my people go, and then he leaves, and then he comes back, let my people go, and then he leaves. Do you know how crazy that may seem to somebody else, to be that persistent? I mean, even to think about Moses going like, God, I already told the man. I already told the man. And then to be like, all right, well, since you won't let my people go, these bad things, this will happen. And look, now, Aaron's he's with him while he's doing this. Can you imagine that walk home? Like, I think about that. It's those kind of moments that I think about. Can you imagine the walk home? Like, man, I told him, I don't know what God gonna do. I believe this is what God told me to tell him. and I'm someone who's prophetic. And there's moments, even at the altar, the Lord would tell me to go do something. And I'd be like, oh, no. It's like, yes, Lord, I'm going to be obedient, because I've learned that me doing what I hear God tell me to do puts me in a better place of submission to his will. Especially in a room where the Holy Spirit is moving, especially even when I'm out in public and I'm talking to people, like I can encourage somebody in that moment. They'll be like, that's exactly what I need to hear. And I'm like, that was the Lord. I said, because I don't know. And they're like, you don't. And it's like, it's moments like that where I'm trying to be obedient. But can you imagine that walk home with Aaron? And I was like, I don't know if that was supposed to do. Like, we get nervous. We do. I don't know if there's a prophet who's like, I'm super duper confident that everything that's coming out of my mouth is the Lord. And I'm still new to it, so don't take it with a grain of salt. But I would question it, because it's like, I know the Lord is using me, but it's like at the same time, I still want to be in right standing with him. I don't ever want to get so comfortable with God where I think everything that's coming out of my mouth is exactly the Lord. Because it's like, Alicia's still here. Alicia still got something to say. So it's like, I might have to, Lord, help me. Gather my thoughts, gather my words. Let it be all you and none of me. Like, I have to die to myself daily, so that when I do present myself in those prophetic moments, I'm exactly who God would have me to be and say the things he would have me to say. And I know it feels like I'm all over the place, but I really want to just tell you that in this moment of you walking out these different things, and that's all I'm giving you, is all these different examples of you walking something out, and you're like, I don't know if I'm doing it right, if I'm where I'm supposed to be. Sometimes it feels like you're even alone, because you have to bear the weight of it. But having a good support team, even if it's just for one project, even if it's just for one moment, even if it's just for something really, really hard and difficult. And I've been there. You've been disappointed. So some of us like to hold it in our chest and be like, I'm going to do it myself. I promise you, you will be exhausted beyond compare. You're looking at someone who thought it was easier to end her life because that's how exhausted I was. I was doing everything myself. Some of it was thrown on me, and some of it was just like, I got tired of asking people. But the truth of the matter is, I feel better when I surrender things over. And the things that, if somebody drops the ball, it's like, it's okay to tell them. It's like, hey, you dropped the ball on this. I don't feel like you are supporting me in this area. I think that's the other half of it. Like, a lot of times when we're exhausted doing in pursuit of purpose, when we don't have the support system or the team that's surrounding us in that moment. Well, let's say you pick somebody and they're not holding up their end of the bargain, because a lot of us don't like confrontation. We don't say nothing. And so that just turns into bitterness and anger and frustration and agitation, and then we're being short, and that person's like, I'm trying to help you. And I know we've all had that conversation with somebody. They're like, I'm trying to help you and you won't let me help you. And it's like, but I gave you this one task and you wouldn't do it. Why are you holding on to that? Yeah, let me go ahead and correct you right now. Why are you holding on to that? Yeah, it's weighing you down. That's another way you're tired. You hold on to feelings that should have been let go. You hold on to things that should have been let go just because, hey, you know what? They didn't want to do it. Just because you don't feel confident in having a confrontation with somebody. You would rather sit there and be fuming, right? Angry, turning into a little teapot that's about to go off, like, just so that you can get to your breaking point right at the end of your task, at your assignment. That's what happened with Moses. He was frustrated, fooling with these folks, these Israelites, dragging their feet, complaining. He watching all of them slowly die off, and they still don't understand that this 10-day journey has turned into 4 decades. Like he himself is tired. He's like, I was supposed to just let my people go, and I'm trying to get y'all to the promised land, and y'all still out here not doing what y'all supposed to be doing. He complaining. Like, when I say I hear him, I hear him just fussy, like anybody would. Like, gosh, God, why you got me out here doing these things, and these people out here making it hard for me. But he's walking in his purpose. He's doing what God has called him to do. And he didn't get to see it. He got to lay his eyes on it finally. Think about it. The first time he lays eyes on the promised land is also the last time. See, when Moses sent the 12 spies to go looking to see the promised land, he didn't go with them. They went and they came back with the word. He had never seen it himself. So he himself is holding on to a promise of the land of milk and honey. And right at the end of his frustration, right at the end of just having enough of these folks. And don't get me wrong, I know the man was old as well. It's like, but right at the end, he just gets a glimpse of it. And we always pray that the Lord said, just because of that one moment, he didn't just, it wasn't just, oh, okay, well, you did your job, go lay down somewhere. No, it's more like you got to a place where you're frustrated and you're tired. And like, they didn't go up there where Moses was on the top of the hill where he passed away. They just assumed he died. He didn't come back down. They assumed he died. Well, I mean, the Lord told Joshua, but still, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get to a place where I'm so tired and I'm so frustrated in doing purpose and doing what God has called me to do. And I feel like this is where I'm supposed to go. That I miss the big picture and I don't get to see it. I don't get to experience it. Whether it's joy, whether it's kindness, whether it's having something like a home or a new car, whether it's to have a family. There's so many people that talk themselves out of their blessing right at the end because they're so frustrated and they're tired. I know I'm not by myself. I like to put that in there. I know I'm not by myself. I'll be like, I ain't doing another thing for nobody. Like, but the truth is that as long as I'm doing what God has called me to do, right? As long as I'm being who God has called me to be, I just take it one day at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time. And the best part is that when it's all said and done and it's over, I know for a fact I did what he told me to do. I can rest in it. I can rest in it. So I want to encourage somebody today. Whatever it is that God has called you to do and you're walking it out and you're feeling fatigued and you're feeling tired and you're feeling like, not that you can't keep going, but if you feel like I need a break, take a break. It's okay for you to manage the pace of how you're doing things. Still be obedient. Still listen to what he's telling you to do and guiding you to do. But if you feel it, maybe that's time for you to take some rest. Maybe it's time for you to change your strategy. Yeah, you might need to get some help. Yeah, you might not be able to do it by yourself. Yeah, you may need to have that hard conversation with that person and be like, hey, I think I need to shift you to this role. Or better yet, I don't think you're the best fit for this. Whatever your purpose may be, whether it's a nonprofit, ministry, your business, it can even be in your family. Like me and my husband, we're at a place where we are adjusting roles for the season that I'm in, because it's like the kids are home with me all day, and I'm trying to prepare for when they go to school and things like that. So now it's turning into, okay, so I can go do those things, or even this podcast, or even prepare for my conference. He's watching the kids so that I have the freedom to go do those things. And it's okay to adjust. I think sometimes we get so caught up in, we want to add things to our plate, but we won't shift the plate around to make room for it. We want to just pile it on. And it's like, eventually this plate gonna break. Yeah. Or how about digest what's there first? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Those people who be having their plate piled up high because they want to just sit and eat and stuff like that. Then there's people who have that pile, and then they say, well, God has called me to do such and such. So they get their big old spoon and fork, and they dig and they add more to it. And it's like, there's no way you can consume all of this all at once. So let's start by what's on your plate, bit by bit. Bit by bit. So then everything doesn't feel overwhelming. Everything doesn't feel so heavy. Everything doesn't feel like it's going to crush you. You're taking it bit by bit. And then when you complete a task, then let's move on to the next thing. Okay, let's knock that out. Then when you start seeing room on your plate, you're like, okay, I can add something. Now I got a little more free time. Okay, now let me go ahead and add this. As a creative, and I'm talking to you. I don't know who you are, but I'm talking to you. As a creative, I know a lot of times we have 1,000 ideas. And they all feel like God-given ideas. They feel like if I don't do it now, it's not going to happen. I don't know why that's the case, but I am like that a lot. I know a bunch of people who are like me as well. We'll do 20,000 things, and half of them are done. Less than half, if I'm honest. It just means that I didn't ask God about timing. Yeah. You can still create. But let's ask God about timing. Let's ask Him for His divine timing. He knows when we're supposed to do everything. I have an idea for a clothing line surrounding DeliverHer Conference. I want to do all of these ideas for this conference. But wisdom kicked in for me a bit. It kicked in for me a bit. And God just was telling me that I'm not saying you can't do it, but do you have to do it for this conference? Let's work on the things that I've given you to do. These are just beautiful ideas that are a part of the God-given talent that He's given me, and they're going to manifest in some kind of way or whatever, right? So because it's going to manifest in some kind of way, that would also mean that I don't have to do it right now. So yeah, check your team. So establish one for some of us who need to establish one. Take rest because it's necessary. It's okay to shift in what it is that you're doing. It's okay to look at what you have and deal with that first. These are all your nuggets. Jot these down. These are all your nuggets. And above all things, ask God for His perfect timing. I don't have to do all of these things all at the same time. God, give me your wisdom and when to do this. Show me the way and how to put this together. Some things may take a year for you to develop. Some things may take a week. But ask for God's timing. Ask for it. There's no reason for you to stretch yourself out to the point where you break and you fumble the ball and you stop walking in purpose because frustration settles in. exhaustion settles in. Fear of being out of alignment, that's something too. Like, God, like, you told me to do this, but I don't feel you around me, and I don't see you yet. And you have to do these things. You have to consult the Lord. You have to die to yourself. Not of your needs. You still need things. But like for my conference, I told somebody the other day, I was like, one of my guest psalmists, Makita Martin, she will be singing, and we were going over the set list for the conference and just talking about it and the mission and how she's going to be functioning in it. And she's so excited, and I'm so thankful to talk to her because she also encouraged me about, just from hearing my excitement, she felt excited, and it's like it just built in that. And I told her, I was like, yeah, girl, we putting this conference together. And she asked me, I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm 100% walking in purpose. I said, cause girl, I don't have no real job. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, I don't have no real job, honey. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I watch these children and I do what God tells me to do in the free time that I have. I said, I do work at my church. I was like, but that's not, they do a love offering to me once a week. And I was like, that, it's, at this moment, it's not anything to sustain. It's more like it's just a love offering for my service. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It's hilarious. It's hilarious to me. Hilarious to me how much she laughed. Because she was like, girl, you are walking in purpose. That is what you do. I was like, no, the Lord's putting this thing together. He just told me to cast out division. And whoever's catching on, they're catching on. And anybody who didn't catch on with the first wave, I've moved on from them. And it's not that they can't participate, and it's not that, but I have to go with who said yes. I have to go with the first round of people who jumped in, who want to jump in and get in this spiritual warfare with me when it comes to deliverance. That's what we're doing. And if you're not ready, if you don't want to be in the space to do it, if you're someone who's hesitant, that's fine. That's fine. If you change your mind, let me know. If not, that's fine as well. Guess what? I still have to do what I'm supposed to do. So she just made me laugh. She tickled me so much because she was like, girl, you are walking in purpose. I said, yes, ma'am. I was like, any proceeds that happen with this conference is going straight to the conference. Like, it's going to making sure that the people of God are blessed. It has nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing to do with me. If we get to a point where I can go ahead and if we make enough money to do everything, guess what? We'll finance the next one off of it. It's just a seed. This is all a seed. Because whether it's the women that are coming this first time, the women that'll be coming the next time, I don't care what it is. I need to be obedient. I need to do what the Lord has told me to do. I need God to be pleased with me. That's it. That's where I'm living right now. So even though I'm tired, I want to get my rest. I'm going to relax a bit. Yeah. I thought it was procrastination. I was like, no, I'm just really tired. Okay, well, I'm going to take the rest of this week off to kind of relax a little bit. But now it's Monday. I'm ready. Like, you heard me. It's 3:00 in the morning my time, and I'm not. Oh, it's almost 4 now. It's like I feel refreshed. I feel rejuvenated, and I'm ready to go for another round. So you can do it. You can do it. Don't give up. Don't get frustrated. You can be frustrated, but don't let it settle in. Don't let it create roots of bitterness, that thing, or even unforgiveness or pride. Don't let those roots settle in. I don't want to be Moses. I want to be Joshua. Joshua was one of the 12 that went to go and see the promised land, saw it was good, and still had to walk for 40 years. He knew the way. He knew the way. He saw the promised land. I don't want to be Moses who heard about it and finally sees it at the end. I want to be Joshua and keep the promised land in sight. Yeah, it took a while to get here, but I knew it was here though. God already revealed it to me. He already showed it to me. This is the purpose. This is the purpose of all of this. And I can do it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep walking. I'm going to let this thing happen. I'm going to let it manifest. I'm going to keep being obedient. I'm going to, I can do this. You can do this. So don't give up. Yep, don't give up. If there's something out there that's distracting you, go ahead, reveal it, expose that thing. And I'm good for calling it out. I'm like, you are a distraction. I don't care if it's a person, place, or thing. In your prayer life, you say, God, it's like, God, I bind the distraction of whatever. Whether it's a person, place, or thing, I bind the distraction. In Jesus' name, let me continue to keep my eyes focused on you. Let's do that. You have to speak it. You have to say it. When you, as I call her prophetess, because I just love her so much. Prophetess Iyanla Van Zant. Name a thing. If it's distracting you call it out. This distraction of procrastination, this distraction of not feeling enough, this distraction of fatigue, this distraction of fear, this distraction of being out of place or being misunderstood or just whatever is trying to settle in and take root. Bind it up in the name of Jesus. Cast it into the pits of hell. And God, we sow freedom and joy and peace and clear-mindedness and health and good health and all the things that you need to keep going forward. Declare those things. Cover them in the blood of Jesus, and you declare them over yourself. And then you read his word and you find a scripture that supports that. It's like, God, it says in your word that by your stripes I am healed. Whatever that thing is that's causing a distraction, you have to fortify it with the word. So that's my encouragement to you today. Keep going. Don't let it stop you from seeing your fulfilled purpose and destiny. Because as we all know, it's not really for us. We reap the benefits and the satisfaction of completing a thing. But it's really for the people who are going to be blessed by it, you walking in purpose. Think about this, and I'm going to let you guys go. I thought about if God was to say, Alicia, who did you help? Right? Just something as small as that. And sometimes you'll even think about like where you're at right now and be like, I gave some money to such and such, and I did this, and I did that, and I did this, and then what I always hear God say at the end of it, he was like, I didn't ask what did you do, I said who did you help? And I'm like, that is help, right? That's help, right? And I just imagine that God, and I could, like I said, I could be wrong, I could be 100% wrong, but I always imagine God going, did you help them find me? Did you help them find a relationship with God? Did you help lead them in that direction? Did you make the connection? Because I'm the closest representation of God. Not saying that I am God. I want to make sure I preface it that, okay? I want to say that, okay? I'm not God, but he dwells within me. he dwells within me. And if I'm being used by God, I'm walking in my purpose. How many opportunities, how many people did I encourage to build a relationship with God? This is what this podcast is about. It's me trying to help someone else build a better relationship with God. Not with me, the podcaster, not to say Alicia does all these great things and she's been doing this and doing that. Like, I can accept my flowers, and I appreciate anyone who listens every week and like, oh my gosh, Alicia, this was really good. I appreciate that because it encourages me. But if all you receive from it is that Alicia spoke some lovely words, I missed the mark. I missed the mark. So I want you to know that God sees you. I want you to know that God hears you, and he wants to talk to you. He wants you to talk to him. He wants you to feel his presence right where you're at, even in your tiredness, even in your brokenness, even in your desire to do his will and to say yes to what he would have for you to do. He's with you the whole entire way, and he's proven it. Yeah, it may feel like you're by yourself sometimes. That's just the enemy trying to distract you. God is with you. He's always been with you. In those moments, wherever you're at, I don't care if you're laying down right now and you're listening to me, I pray that God gives you a comfort like no other. Like no other. And then he lets you know, hey, get up and let's go. Because I know you can do it. God knows you can do it. He gave it to you. He knows you can do it. Yeah, you might have to fill out all this paperwork. Yeah, you may have to hire somebody to do this role or position. Yeah, you may have to come clean on making a mistake. Yeah, you may have to, all the things, whatever it is for you. If you submit your will unto God's will and keep saying yes, find things that encourage you, God will bless you and honor you as well. He'll send people to encourage you, to let you know you're not in this by yourself, to let you know that he's got you. That's my prayer for you this week. Y'all be in prayer for me. Outside of the projects that I'm doing, I'm thinking about moving these episodes to a different day in the week. I'm just seeing traction, and I wanna also follow and have things accessible to you guys on a different day where I'm seeing a lot more, like a lot of people are actually tuning in to listen, so you can get the new episode maybe a little earlier. I don't know. I'm in prayer about it, and like I said, I'm just trying to be obedient. So that's my encouragement for you as well. Let me pray. Father God, I just say thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been listening, everyone who has been walking in what you have commanded them to do, their purpose, God. I ask that you give them the energy, the strength to endure, God, even in this season of fatigue trying to settle in, God. We bind that in the name of Jesus. We ask that you continue to undergird them, support them, find people that will also undergird them and support them as well, and give them the encouragement. Even if it's family that's being a distraction, remove them, God. Even if it's friends that's being a distraction, remove them, God. Even if it's immediate circles that they're in, like the spaces that they're in, if they're not supportive, God, we just ask that you remove those distractions right now, God. We ask that you have your way. We ask that you have your way in their life and in their situation. Let them know that they're not in this by themselves, that they're not alone, that you are walking with them. Let this moment feel like a hug from their father, a good father who is trying to let their kid know, hey, daddy's got you, and I'm with you. No matter what it is that I have you doing right now, just know I have not left you, and I'm with you. And I know it may feel difficult and it may feel like you're not enough, but you are qualified by the qualifier. So God, we just say thank you for reaching each and every last person that's listening underneath the sound of my voice. Let this be encouraging to someone else. And let them be able to take what they've learned and implement and apply it to their own life and to the people that are surrounding them, so that they can be a witness, so that they can see the promise. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you once again. Of course, if you would like to donate to DeliverHer Conference, the link for DeliverHer Conference is in the bio underneath. You can always access it. And if you have any questions about it, please. I believe that I'm trying to work on something special for you guys for all of my podcasts. Now, it'll only be available for you guys. I'm working on a special project for you guys, so you can get maybe like a little glimpse and a teaser of what's to come at DeliverHer Conference, but it's just for my podcastees, and I'm excited. I'm so full. After this, I think I'm gonna go back and go back to bed, and wait for my kids to wake me up. So continue to be encouraged. I love you. God bless you. And keep going and keep being wild for God.